Hi students, good morning. Yes, today I want to discuss the next topic is how to find modulus of the complex numbers. What is the properties related to modulus? What is the meaning geometrically? Okay, so before going to the topic, I am asking one question. So up to now you studied in the previous class some problems. Okay, based on that knowledge, tell me. I'm asking one question. Tell me by yourself. What is x and y? It satisfies the relation 4x plus I into 3x minus y is equal to 3 minus 6. Anybody tell me? It satisfies the relation this. What is x and y values? What are x value? What is y value? Satisfy this equation. How to solve? This is one of the complex number. This is another complex number. I am saying that z1 is equal to z2. When z1 z2 are equal, if the real part of z1 is equal to real part of z2, imaginary part of z1 is equal to imaginary part of z2, then only the two complex numbers are equal. Already given two complex numbers are equal means what is the real part of LHS z1? 4x. 4x is equal. What is the real part of here in this complex number? 3. So what is x? 3 by 4. Similarly, what is the imaginary part of in this complex number? 3x minus 1. What is imaginary part of this complex number? Minus 6. Minus 6. See that minus 6. So what is y then? Just substitute here. What is x? 3 by 4. No? So 3 into 3 by 4 minus y is equal to minus 6. 3 3 is 9 by 4 plus 6 is equal to 1. So finally what is y here? What is y here? 4 6 24 plus 9 33 by 4. So what is our final answer? X is 3 by 4, y is 33 by 4. Okay. So in this way only we done solved problems, exercise problems. This is one of the solved problem. So for idea purpose, so one problem I left in the exercise as simplification in the previous session. I thought you already got the answer like this only. There the real part you have 0. So simplify in that problem the real part equating to 0 here because I is there. I means 0 plus 1 into I. So the real part is 0 now in this. So equating, simplify this, take the real part of this equating 0. In the imaginary part equating 1 there in that problem. Okay. So if you are not getting, I think if you see this problem you can able to solve that. You can able to solve that. Now I am asking one more question. What is the value of 1 minus, express 1 minus I whole cube into 1 plus I in the form of a plus ib. Tell me how to convert in the form of a plus ib. Simplification. How to do simplification here? 1 minus I whole cube can written 1 minus I square into 1. Just I told z power n, you can written as z power n minus 1 into z 1 plus I. So 1 minus a square plus b square minus 2ab. 1 minus a 1 plus I. 1 minus I square means minus 1 plus 1. So I am written this 1 plus I square is minus 1. 1 minus 1 cancel. Minus 2I into 2 minus 4I. This is nothing but 0 plus of minus 4 into I. It is written in the form of a plus bi. What is the real part here? 0. What is the imaginary part here? Minus 4. Okay. So in this way how to do the simplification form. So these two are solved the problem. Even if you are not able to understand the previous, if you see once again you can understand these things. Okay. Now our main topic is today's session. Our main topic is, write down the heading, write down the definition. What is that? How to find modulus of a complex number. Modulus of a complex number. What is meaning of modulus? How to find modulus? What are the properties related to modulus? That I am going to discuss in this session. That's all. So modulus of a complex number means, modulus of a complex number is Uh, First write down the definition, then I will explain. Write down the definition of modulus of a complex number. Modulus also you can say absolute value. Modulus is also called as absolute value. Both are same. Don't confuse. If any problem is given, instead of modulus, finding the mod of z, instead of that mod, if I give an absolute value of z, both having same meaning. So you can also say modulus, or you can also say absolute value of the given complex number, both having same meaning. Yes. So now what is modulus? How to find the modulus? If z is equal to x plus iy, then the modulus of a complex number z or absolute value of a complex number z is denoted by mod z. What is the notation of mod? Modulus is notation. How we are giving the notation here? Mod z. Absolute value or a modulus is can be denoted like this. So what is the definition? Write down here. If z is equal to x plus iy, then the modulus of z, the modulus of z is defined to be the non-negative real number. Defined to be the non-negative. What is meaning of non-negative? Non-negative means positive. Non-negative real number. Non-negative means 0 is also included, I think. Yes, non-negative real number under root x square plus y square. If z is x plus iy, what is modulus of z? Under root x square plus y square. It is denoted by, just now I told you how that is the notation. It is denoted by mod z. And geometrically, the mod z is nothing but distance from origin to the complex number x comma y. Geometrically, modulus means what? The modulus of z, mod z, is the distance from the origin to the point O, I denoted origin, to the point P or x comma y, anything. Point I am denoting P, origin is OP. Yes, OP is equal to what? Mod z. Okay, geometrically I can explain. You can take x-axis, y-axis. X-axis is called real axis. Y-axis is called imaginary axis. Is it? Already real axis. Now, how to give the notation? What is the notation? Suppose P is some point here x comma y, or you can say z. It is see, z is equal to x plus iy means the complex number is nothing but ordered pair of real numbers, that is x comma y. It is also what? X plus iy, x comma y. Now suppose it is O origin 0 comma 0. Now what is OP? What is OP? OP is what? Under root x square plus y square. You know the distance formula, no? Is it? What is the distance formula? Otherwise x. What is the length? X. What is the real part here? X. So here it is x. Y means what? From the distance from here to here is y. Okay. So now what is OP here? Under root x square plus y square. This is you are getting by Pythagoras form. X square plus y square is equal to r square, like that. Otherwise you can also say distance formula. What is the distance formula from origin to the point x comma y? Under root x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square. You know the distance formula between 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2. What is the formula for that? Under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Like that, OP means distance from origin to the point is given as under root x square plus y square. This is a geometrically meaning. This is what? Mod z. So finally, what is the mod z here? Under root x square plus y square. Already you know that definitely it is greater than or equal to 0. It is non-negative. See, I am telling that it is what? Distance. Distance means, are you getting the distance as negative number? No, distance means always it is positive only. Or maybe 0 also. When you are getting 0, anybody? When you are getting 0, you are saying that positive or equal to 0 means maybe 0 also. When mod z equal to 0, I am saying the note. First point, mod z is greater than or equal to 0 for all z belongs to C. Is it? Yes. Means what? It is a non-negative. Non-negative means positive and 0 also. When you are getting 0, my question. Mod z is equal to 0. When it is possible, for example, you can say. Geometrically tell me the answer. Mod z is equal to 0 means what? The distance from this origin to the point x comma y is 0. Means can I say that x comma y is nothing but 0 itself only, na? 0 comma 0 only, na? When the getting the distance, when OP equal to 0, when the distance from the point O to x comma y 0 means, I think the point x comma y is itself here only. OP is itself, means P is also x comma y is also 0 comma 0. Then only the distance becomes 0. Is it? So let us see, it is geometrically meaning. Whatever the theoretical I am explaining. Mod z equal to 0. When mod z means what? Under root x square plus y square equal to 0. Then under root x square plus y square equal to 0 means if find only if x square plus squaring on both sides. Okay, so this is x square plus y square equal to 0. This is possible if and only when the relation is possible, it is positive. It is also positive. Now, sum of the two positive number, again you are getting positive, but you are getting 0 here. 0 means compulsory. This relation is true if and only if x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. Is it? So if x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, then only the relation is true. So what is the meaning? What is here? What is point here? P 0 comma 0, x 0, y 0, 0 comma 0. Now what I am saying that modulus of z equal to 0 means if and only if the z is equal to 0 comma 0 means what is the absolute value of the origin? 0. Okay, if absolute value is 0 means compulsory that complex number is origin. Understood? Mod z is equal to 0 if and only if z is equal to 0 comma 0 means what? Whenever the mod means distance is 0 means what is meaning of mod here? Mod is nothing but the distance from origin to the point x comma y. I am saying that mod z is 0 means the distance is 0. The distance is 0 means I am representing the point itself. Then only the 0 distance will be 0. Okay, so otherwise you can theoretically you can see here mod z equal 0 means like this. So x0 y0 means origin. So what I am telling final conclusion here, the absolute value 0 means compulsory the z is represents as origin. Okay, if z is origin, compulsory the absolute value is 0. Okay, so next, this is what note point and this is theoretically definition how to give the notation. Next we will discuss about properties. You have one theorem and example problem. So now tell me, suppose z is equal to 3 plus I, how to find mod z? What is the formula for mod z? If z is equal to x plus I, what is the formula? Mod z is what? Under root x square plus y square. Is it? Then what is mod z now? What is x here? 3 square 9. What is y here? Don't write I. Don't write I. Only you have to take imaginary part. What is imaginary part? Y here 1. 1. Don't take I. Only x, y. I am taking real numbers only. So under root 9 plus 1, 10. So now what is mod z? Under root 10. Okay, so now my question is, if z is equal to 3 minus I, then find mod z. Tell me, If z is equal to 3 minus I, then find mod z. How to determine mod z? Under root 3 square means 9 plus what is y here? Tell me. What is y here? Minus 1. Yes, because I am written here 3 plus I into minus 1. Y is equal to minus 1. So 9 plus 1 again 10. Now tell me what you understand. This is equivalent to this. Mod of 3 plus I is equal to mod of 3 minus I. Now what is the relation of these two complex numbers? This is nothing but conjugate of this complex number, is it? Just now in the previous session we discussed conjugate, replace I by minus I. So what I understood here, mod z is equal to mod z bar, is it? What is here? Z equal to 3 plus I, 3 minus means z bar. This conjugate of this complex number, mod z bar. So mod z bar is root 10, mod z is root 10. I can say that mod z is equal to mod z bar means for any complex number if you take the modulus of that complex number is same as its conjugate. So if you take conjugate of that complex number, then find the modulus of that conjugate, again you are getting the same value. So my conclusion is mod z is equal to mod z bar here. So this I told you by example, but I can prove this by theorem also. Next one, now by this relation like this you have one theorem. Write on the theorem statement. What is the statement of the theorem? If alpha belongs to C, if alpha belongs to C, comma beta belongs to C, two complex numbers, then statement of the theorem. First theorem, have two theorems. First theorem is this: mod alpha is equal to mod alpha bar. Just now I discussed like this. Mod absolute value of the complex number is equal to absolute value of its conjugate. Next, second one, mod alpha whole square is equal to alpha into alpha bar. Third one, mod alpha beta is equal to mod alpha into mod beta. Okay. Now I want to give the proof of this theorem. Very important concepts. It is useful in the further. Okay. Now let us see the first one. Mod alpha equal to mod alpha. Alpha is one of the complex number. Let us say alpha is equal to x plus iy. Let us consider alpha is x plus iy. It is complex number. Complex number means where x comma y belongs to R, real numbers. So now what is alpha bar then? Alpha is x plus iy means what is alpha bar? X minus iy. It is also belongs to complex number. So alpha is x plus iy means that implies what is alpha bar? Conjugate x minus iy. Replace I by minus I. Now first I want to find mod alpha. What is mod of x plus iy? You know, just now we discussed mod under root x square plus. Next, what is alpha bar? So what is alpha bar here? X minus iy can written as x plus I into minus y. Yes, it is like x plus y form, but instead of y you have minus y. What is mod of this? Mod alpha bar is equal to under root. What is the real part? X square. What is the imaginary part? Minus y whole square. Means under root x square plus y square. Now tell me this is equivalent to this now. Again you are getting the same thing. So 1 now from 192. From 192 I am giving the conclusion that mod alpha is equal to mod alpha bar. Yes. So whatever that if the complex number is given, so its modulus also equal. Next, second one. Second proof. What is the second one here? Alpha into alpha bar equal to mod alpha square. Let us simplify alpha into alpha bar. What is alpha here? X plus iy. What is alpha bar? X minus iy. Simplification. Yes. So how to simplify? A plus b into a minus b directly. A square minus b square. A square minus b square. What is b? Iy. So x square. What is I square? Minus 1. Minus into minus plus 1. Now it is nothing but under root x square plus y square whole square. Is it correct? You can write this. X square plus y square is nothing but under root x square plus y square whole square. Power 1 by 2, 2 to cancel, it is same thing. Now what is this? Same. What is under root x square plus y square? Mod alpha. So what I proved here, alpha into alpha bar is can written as mod alpha square. This is one second. We proved that. What is the last third one? Mod alpha beta is equal to alpha and mod alpha into mod alpha beta. For that, first I am taking mod alpha beta whole square. Okay. So from this, what is this? What you know above step? Mod alpha square is written as alpha into alpha bar. By that, mod alpha beta whole square can written as alpha beta into alpha beta bar. Is it? So mod alpha beta whole square can written mod alpha beta, mod alpha square can written alpha into alpha by this step. I am applying that concept here. Mod alpha beta whole square can written as alpha beta into alpha beta bar. Understood? Now alpha beta into, already you in previous classes I discussed that Z1 Z2 bar is equal to Z1 bar into Z2 bar. In the conjugate formulas I discussed the properties. By that I am writing here alpha bar into beta bar. Okay. Now I am writing like this, the multiplication now. So you can also write alpha into alpha bar, beta into beta. Alpha into alpha bar, beta into beta bar. Now tell me, what is alpha into alpha bar in this step? Alpha into alpha bar can written as mod alpha. Beta into beta bar, mod beta. So right previous second property. Now finally my conclusion is mod alpha beta whole square. Mod alpha beta whole square is mod alpha square into mod beta square. This I can written finally. Our required step. From this directly I can write mod alpha beta is equal to mod alpha into mod beta. Yes. So this is my third property proof. So now we discussed the in that theorem we discussed three properties. What are they? Mod alpha equal to mod alpha bar. Alpha into alpha bar is mod alpha square. Next mod alpha beta whole bar is mod alpha into mod beta. Again these properties helpful in the next theorem. Okay. So this is now we will discuss the next theorem. Write in the statement of the theorem 2. Theorem number 2. Let alpha belongs to C, beta belongs to C, then first we have four properties again here. Real part of alpha should be less than or equal to mod alpha. Mod of real part of alpha is less than or equal to mod alpha. Similarly, imaginary part of alpha, mod of imaginary part of alpha is less than or equal to mod alpha. Second property. Mod alpha plus beta whole square is equal to mod alpha square plus mod beta square plus 2 into real part of alpha beta bar. Next third one. Alpha plus beta mod of alpha plus beta whole square plus mod of alpha minus beta whole square is equal to 2 into mod alpha square plus mod beta square. Next fourth one. Mod of alpha plus beta less than or equal to mod alpha plus mod beta. Okay. So these four properties we have to discuss now. So how to give the proof of the first property? What is the first one? let us say we have to discuss the two things now in this property. So alpha I can written as a plus ib, beta let us assume c plus id, where a, B, C, D are belongs to the real numbers. Then alpha, beta belongs to complex numbers. Now what is my first property? Mod of real part of alpha less than or equal to mod alpha. Okay, let us see how to discuss it. Okay. What is mod alpha square? Tell me. Here. Mod alpha square or mod alpha whole square can written as a square plus b square. Is it? In detail and writing. Now, first mod alpha. What is mod alpha? Under root a square plus b square. Okay. You know the modulus definition. What under root x square plus y square form. Okay. Next, mod alpha square. What happened? Tell me. Squaring. Squaring on both sides. A square plus b square. Now, from this step, shall I write a square value is less than or equal to a square value is less than or equal to mod alpha square? Is it? Yeah, compulsory, because mod alpha square value is what? A square plus some non-negative value. B square is non. If you are adding something to a square, you will get mod alpha square value. So from this step, I can write always the a square value is less than or equal to mod alpha square value. Okay. So from this, I am writing a is less than or equal to mod alpha. What is a? What is a? Real part of alpha. What is a here? Real part of alpha less than or equal to mod alpha. I think we put this only, no? See, real part of alpha is less than or equal to mod alpha. Okay, so real part of alpha is, so now I am taking mod. Why? Mod of real part of alpha is less than or equal to alpha, because tell me what is the mod of a? Mod of a is also one of the complex number and under root a square plus 0 square, because real part is 0, imaginary part is, so under root a square. Is it? So mod of a is again equivalent to a only, so I am written a is equal to mod a. So means mod of real part of alpha. A is equal to mod a. A is nothing but real part of alpha less than or equal to mod alpha. Similarly, we have also proved that by this step. I am writing here b square is adding some positive to b square. You are getting this value. Means obviously I can write now b square is also less than or equal to mod alpha. This is greater than this. Yes, if adding some positive, you are getting this. Means obviously this value is greater than this. So you can also written this mod b is less than or equal to mod alpha from this way. So mod b is less than or equal to mod alpha. Then mod b is nothing but b is what here? Imaginary part of alpha is less than or equal to mod alpha. So from these two steps I can write now any complex number is there, then the real part of that complex number and the imaginary part of that complex number is always less than or equal to mod of that given complex number. That is my intention to give the concept here. So you can take any value, you can understand this. For example, any problem you can take, you will get the same thing only. Okay? So final my conclusion is the real part of that complex number is less than or equal to mod alpha, and the imaginary part of that complex number again less than or equal to mod alpha. Okay, if you take example problem, then also you can check that whether it's satisfying or not. 2 plus 3i, like in the previous problem 3 plus I. So what happened? Under root 10 is the mod. Okay, so the real part is what? 3 this. Okay, so 3 is less than or equal to root 10. Okay, again 1 is less than or equal to root 10. Okay, so like that relation is true for all the complex numbers. The next second property. Mod alpha plus beta whole square is equal to mod alpha square plus mod beta square. That I have to prove. What is LHS? Mod alpha plus beta whole square. Carefully, we will go through slowly, but understand properly. Mod alpha plus beta whole square means I am using the property that mod alpha square is equal to alpha into alpha bar in the previous theorem. By using this theorem, I am writing here a mod alpha. Instead of alpha, you have here alpha plus beta. Shall I write alpha plus beta into alpha plus beta whole bar? Yeah. Okay, next alpha plus beta into, again I am applying the one more property, this alpha plus beta bar is equal to, in the previous session we discussed alpha bar plus beta bar. By that property I am writing alpha bar plus beta bar, both are equal. Next I want to multiply this. Okay, simplification. Alpha bar, alpha beta bar, beta alpha bar, beta beta bar. So alpha into alpha bar, alpha bar, alpha beta bar, beta alpha bar, beta beta bar. Now, so what I am writing here, alpha bar plus beta beta bar. Okay, I am writing this here. Okay, same thing I am written. Next, alpha beta bar plus what is the alpha bar, beta bar, alpha beta alpha bar. How I am writing beta alpha bar, you can see. Alpha beta bar whole bar. Shall I write this here? What I am writing? Beta alpha bar can written as alpha beta bar whole bar. Is it? Yeah, because just now I discussed in the previous classes, AB whole bar means Z1 Z2 whole bar, Z1 bar into Z2 bar, like that. Here I am written alpha bar into beta bar whole bar. Beta bar already there bar. But you know, if two times if you apply conjugate, you are getting itself. So alpha bar into beta. So alpha bar beta can written as alpha bar beta can written as alpha beta bar whole bar. If you simplify this, you are getting this only, no, LHS. If RHS simplify, you are getting LHS. What I am telling, just the remaining things that I am writing as it is, alpha bar, beta bar, alpha beta bar. Just I am writing beta alpha bar is like that because both are equivalent. Because if I simplify this, I can written alpha bar beta bar whole bar, but beta bar whole bar is equal to beta. Okay, alpha bar beta. I am writing the same thing in this way. Now, what is alpha bar? Mod alpha square. What is beta bar? Mod beta square. Next, tell me now this. What is this? Alpha beta bar plus alpha beta bar whole bar. Now, already we discussed this. What is this? Z plus Z bar by 2 is equal to real part of Z. In the previous sessions we discussed this concept. Is it? Z plus Z bar is equal by 2 is equal to real part of Z. Z equal to x plus iy. X plus iy plus x minus iy. Plus y minus y cancel. 2x by 2. X will left. Real part of Z is x now. So the relation is this. What is the relation? Z plus Z bar by 2 is equal to real part of Z. So you can also written Z plus Z bar by is equal to 2 into real part of Z. By this concept, I am writing here. What is Z here? Alpha beta bar. Alpha beta bar plus alpha beta bar whole bar. What is Z here? Alpha beta bar. Z is equal to alpha beta bar plus alpha beta bar whole bar is equal to 2 into real part of alpha beta bar. Shall I write like that? 2 into real part of alpha beta. Instead of Z, alpha beta bar. So finally my conclusion, alpha plus beta bar whole square is equal to mod of alpha plus beta whole square equal mod alpha square plus mod beta square plus 2 into real part of alpha beta bar. This is our second problem. What is our third one? Mod alpha plus beta LHS, mod alpha plus beta whole square plus mod alpha minus beta whole square. I want to substitute this relation of second one. What is the second relation? Mod alpha plus beta whole square is mod alpha square mod beta 2 into real part of alpha beta. I am applying the here like this only. So I am writing the same thing here. Mod alpha square plus mod beta square plus 2 into real part of alpha beta bar. Yes. Next plus same here, observe here mod alpha plus of minus beta replaced beta by minus beta. Same formula you can apply. And writing alpha minus beta whole square is equivalent to alpha minus plus into minus. So replaced beta by minus beta. Whatever the formula here, same formula, but replaced here instead of beta, what you have here, minus beta. I am applying the same formula like this only. Mod alpha square plus mod of minus beta means again plus mod beta square plus 2 into real part of alpha, but instead of beta what you have, minus beta. So now finally my you can simplify here. What is RHS you got? Alpha square plus alpha square, beta square plus beta square, 2 into alpha square plus beta square. Na? I am written this plus this, this plus this. So I am written here 2 into mod alpha square plus mod alpha square, 2 into mod alpha square, 2 into mod beta square, like plus 2 into real part of alpha beta bar. Now I am written plus into minus 2 real part of alpha beta bar. So this will be cancelled. Yes, the remaining thing is 2 into mod alpha square. So 2 common, mod alpha square plus mod beta. So finally what I proved here, mod alpha plus beta whole square plus mod alpha minus beta whole square. If you apply the second property, simplify, final conclusion is 2 into mod alpha square plus mod beta square. For any complex number, these relations are true. What is the last property? Fourth one. What we have to prove, mod alpha plus beta should be less than or equal to mod alpha plus mod beta. That have to prove. Okay? Now LHS. See, from the second property, what is the value of mod alpha plus beta whole square? Tell me first of all, what is the second property? Mod alpha square plus mod beta square plus 2 into real part of alpha beta bar from the second property. From the second property about in this theorem only we done like this. Next, and one more thing, what is our first property? The real part of z is less than or equal to, okay, this written as less than or equal mod alpha square plus mod beta square plus 2 into mod alpha beta bar. How? By using first one. Yes or no? By using the first property. What is the first property here? The real mod of real part of z or alpha less than or equal to mod alpha. Is it? The first property means what? Alpha is one of the complex number. The real part of that complex number always less than or equal to mod of that complex number. Now alpha beta bar is one of the complex number. 2 as it is you can write. Don't think about 2. Just I am discussing this. What is alpha beta bar? One of the complex number. If you do the product again you will get one complex number. The real part of that complex number is less than or equal to mod of that complex number. Here the complex number is what? Alpha beta bar. Like this. Alpha is one of the real part of alpha less than or equal to mod alpha. No? Instead of alpha you have alpha beta bar. Because alpha beta bar is also one of the complex number. No? So according to the first property of this in this theorem, We discussed that. So I am telling two constant as it is. The real part of alpha beta bar is less than or equal to mod of alpha beta bar. Okay. Next, mod alpha square plus mod beta square plus tell me now, mod alpha beta bar can be written as in the previous theorem. Mod alpha beta can written as mod alpha into mod beta, like that. Okay. Next, in the first property only we discussed. What is discussed? Mod beta bar is equal to mod beta. Means first one, the conjugate of the mod of the conjugate is equal to itself. You know that mod beta bar is equivalent to mod beta. Just now I discussed the first in this previous theorem. Finally, mod alpha square plus mod beta square plus 2 into mod alpha into mod beta means what? Mod alpha plus mod beta whole square. A square plus b square plus 2ab formula. So now tell me here. Finally, what I proved now? Mod alpha plus beta whole square is less than or equal to mod alpha plus mod beta, but hence mod alpha plus beta square less than or equal to mod alpha plus mod beta. This is my final property. So mod alpha plus beta less than or equal to mod alpha plus mod beta means if you take any two complex numbers, if you do the addition of the two complex numbers, then apply the mod. Or first to do the addition, first to apply the modulus individually, then do the addition. What happened? This value should be greater than or equal to this value. Okay? So this is what final property. So these are about modulus, how to find modulus of any complex number and how to give the notation geometrically, what is the meaning, how to give the notation of the complex number, and related to modulus and conjugate, what are the properties, how the inequalities, those things we discussed in this class. Still we will discuss about the polar form, how to write the argument, those things we will discuss in the next session. Thank you.